Today, we're diving into something that affects all of us, whether we realize it or not. How small, seemingly insignificant decisions can actually change the entire course of our lives. It sounds dramatic, right? But think about it for a second. The choice between taking a job offer or not, choosing to speak up in a meeting, or even what you choose to eat for lunch one day could have ripple effects on your future that you might never even notice. So, how do tiny mistakes, or even tiny wins, end up making a huge impact? Let's start with something called the butterfly effect. It's the idea that even the smallest action, like a butterfly flapping its wings, can set off a chain of events that leads to massive changes. It's not just a theory, it happens all around us in our everyday decisions. For example, imagine someone deciding to take a different route home from work one day. That detour might lead them to a coffee shop where they strike up a conversation with someone who later offers them a life-changing job opportunity. Or maybe, just by skipping that coffee stop, they miss a fateful encounter. A tiny mistake or choice, and suddenly their entire future looks different. It's wild to think that something as small as not texting back someone you met at a party, or deciding to stay in instead of going out one night, could lead to missing out on friendships, connections, or even big career breakthroughs. These tiny, everyday decisions build up over time and create our path. But what about the mistakes? It's easy to think of major life-changing decisions as big, dramatic events, but most of the time, the choices that lead to regret happen in the small moments when we aren't paying full attention. Maybe you chose not to speak up in a meeting because you were too nervous, or you let fear hold you back from starting that side project you always dreamed about. These little mistakes can slowly start to add up, steering your life in a direction you didn't plan for. So, how can we make better decisions moving forward? First, it's important to recognize the weight of the small moments. Every time you make a decision, big or small, pause for a second. Ask yourself, what do I want my future to look like? How will this decision impact where I want to be in 5, 10, or even 20 years? You don't always have to make the perfect choice, but being mindful of your actions can help prevent tiny mistakes from spiraling. Mindfulness is key here. It's about being aware of your decisions and their possible consequences without letting fear or impulsiveness rule your actions. When we take a moment to reflect, no matter how small the decision, we start to steer our lives more intentionally. You don't have to be perfect, and sometimes mistakes are unavoidable. But understanding that tiny mistakes can add up and alter the course of our life allows us to make more informed choices. The good news? You can always change course. Life is a journey of decisions, both big and small, and even the smallest shift can lead you to a whole new destination. So next time you face a seemingly small decision, think about the long-term impact. Maybe it's the nudge you need to take that leap of faith, or finally speak up in that conversation. The key is to be mindful and remember, your decisions today shape the life you live tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and remember, life is full of moments where tiny decisions can change everything.